Alright, today's video will be a little bit different than normal. I'll be doing a full review and everything that I've done to my 2015 Ford Focus ST. But first things first, we'll take her down and we'll give it a good wash because it's pretty dirty. Oh, I got the car cleaned up for the most part. Our water here in town is just terrible. So, I mean, you'll be able to tell that the car is obviously not perfectly clean, but it is what it is. It's the best it's gonna get. Okay, this is my 2015 Ford Focus ST. In this video, I'll be going through everything that I've done to it. First things first, I did these V-Land headlights. I think they look really good. Makes the car look so much more aggressive, as you can tell. But yeah, so we did the headlights. Here you can see I got the hella horns in there. Came with the car when I bought it. We got infamous side skirts. Used to have the front lip, but then it broke. Here you can see I got the sequential turn signals. And then a little carbon fiber like duck bill thing. I don't know. Put it on and just never took it off. We got the rain guards coming up the side. And then rear window louver. Coming to the back, we got the Vega Motorsport wing extension with wing risers. I think I just got these off of Amazon. Stubby antenna when you come to the back, and I got the clear taillights from Spec D. Those are a must. Looks super good with the red. And it ties in with the chrome wheels. We'll talk about more of those in a bit. At the bottom here, we got the FSP E rear diffuser. That was not cheap, surprisingly enough. That costed like $700. But I think it looks extremely well. And not a lot of people buy them for these cars. So it makes your Focus a little bit more unique than everyone else's. Down here on both sides, I just put some vinyl wrap over the rear reflectors to tie in that rear plastic piece. I think it looks a lot better. Most guys end up doing that, and it makes the world of a difference. Coming into the trunk of this car, as you can see right now, it's pretty gutted without the spare tire, but I just took it out last night, and then I thought of making the YouTube video today. I used to have a custom trunk set up. I built a ported box down into where the spare tire used to go with a 12-inch sub. So I'll insert a clip of that now. Here's that clip. We got the Rockford 12-inch sub as well as the amp and its ported box. I got it going around the factory 10-inch sub from Sony. I just pulled the wires off that sub and wired it into the new one. I guess I can't forget to mention that I wrapped it myself in the garage with Vinyl Frogs Vampire Red. This color I've always wanted to do on this car, and it came out fantastic, I think. Just the red and chrome and everything goes so well together. Coming down to the wheels and tires, we got the Koenig countergrams on here, and we got the calipers painted red with drilled and slotted rotors. In the rear, this is what they look like in the rear. Same deal. This car is lowered on Megan Racing's coilovers. In the rear, I got the top hats taken out, and it's just the spring in the rear, so it sits a lot lower. I had the car lowered all the way on the Megan Racing coilovers, but it just wasn't low enough. So took out the top hats and stuff, so now it sits, I think, perfect. I had it just sitting on the bump stops in the rear, but that gets old really fast, having absolutely no suspension. And then you're just breaking stuff all the time, and it's like, you know, it makes the guy not really want to drive the car everywhere because you're always worried, but it definitely looked good. Here is the interior. We got the Cobb's shifter. Also equipped under the hood is the Cobb's short throw shifter plate, which is pretty cheap, and it makes things a lot tighter. We got some cheap carbon fiber bits all around here. We got the Luxus floor mats. This one's all ripped up because my foot drags there every time I push the gas. But I'll show you the rear. Well, this is full of stuff in here, but this is what the rear looks like. I just have them thrown in here real quick. Passenger side. I think those floor mats were a great deal. They were actually pretty cheap, custom made for whatever car. I think they make them for literally whatever car. And yeah, they make things that look a lot better in the interior to sit in. So we'll come in here. I just can't get over the interior Ford did on this. The steering wheel looks super, super good. Feels super sporty. And it's like you're inside of a cockpit, the way everything's like, you got your gauges here, and everything's like just towards the driver. E-brake. Up here I got an aftermarket mirror, just a bit bigger. And here's my Cobb access port. Okay, we'll go over some of the performance stuff that's done to this car. It's a 2-liter turbo, 4-cylinder engine. I had mine blow up at 90,000 kilometers, so it got all the works. I put Manly Racing pop and drop kit in here, so built pistons, built the top and bottom end. It's got ARP head studs, and yeah, it hasn't given me any problems since. It's got 150,000 kilometers now on the odometer, so rebuilt that there myself with the help of my dad and my neighbor. They clutched up and gave me a hand because they knew a lot more than I did, so they were a big help. So thanks to them to get this thing back running, because that was awesome. Not for the bank account though, that was pretty expensive bill, but right up front you can see I got the CPE Monster intercooler. This is like double the size of the factory one that comes with the car, and it looks super, super good. You have to delete, there's like a shutter, just a plastic shutter piece, and then I cut some fins on the front so you can see it, and it definitely looks a lot better that way. Also in the engine bay, we got the Roush Performance intake from Ford. Provides super good turbo flutter. Let's try to get a video of that right now. I've drove a lot of cars. I've owned a few cars and have been in buddies' cars. But there's something about the Ford Focus. Once you do a couple of mods, it's like with the sound, it's like one of the best sounding cars that I've heard. It's just my absolute favorite. Like you heard the turbo flutter, that never gets old. And the exhaust is just super deep, and it's got a ton of turbo whistle throughout the exhaust, which is just sounds like a fighter jet once you have the catless downpipe and stuff. And yeah, I guess we'll get into that next. So this car here has a catless downpipe from Raptor Racing. I think it costed about $600 or so, and that was just an absolute game changer for this car. Makes everything a ton louder, and you feel the horsepower gain. Does a little bit for you that way too. And then right here we got Flowmaster exhaust. It's got one resonator, so just the one, and then that's it. Otherwise it's a straight pipe right through, and it sounds phenomenal. Here is my access port. It's booting up. I'll go through the tunes that I have. Right now I'm running the Pop Bang tune from Stratified. Okay, here are the gauges I'm watching on the access port. There's tons to choose from, obviously, but these are the ones that I'm watching. If I go here, I'll go through the tunes that I have. My access port here, we've got anti-theft mode, the Stratified tunes right here, which these are performance tune. You send them an email what parts you have, and they'll build you custom made tunes for your car. And so I got the performance one, and then the pops and bangs one, and then from Cobb I got all the factory ones, stage 0, all the stage 1s, stage 2s, and valet mode. If you're getting your car tuned, I highly recommend getting it tuned through Stratified. They were great, fairly cheap for what you're getting compared to the Cobb off-the-shelf tunes. I would not run those because as soon as I tuned my car with the Cobb off-the-shelf tunes, it blew up. Cobb doesn't really make great off-the-shelf tunes, so definitely get a custom tune for your car. And then you get the pops and bangs, and you gotta pick exactly what you want. Off the turbo, I also have a Boomba blow-off valve that came with the car when I bought it. The reason why I'm making this video about this car is pretty much because I won't have it for much longer, maybe a week or so. We had a pretty bad hailstorm here and totaled off the car. Car's getting written off, total loss, so it's going to SGI. So I wanted to make this video here before I don't have it. So I guess I always have this video. And yeah, I'll go over some of the damages that gave. I don't know if you've seen in previous clips, but there's dents, that's broken. There's all sorts of dents on the hood. But there was like $16,000 worth of damages done to the car from the hail. So they weren't gonna replace anything, which I wouldn't want anyways. I'd rather just have it totaled off. And since it's totaled off, I just bought a new car, so that's going to be super exciting, and I'll make videos on that. I wish I made YouTube videos on the focus of me building it over the years, because I've owned it for 4 years. So I've had this car for a long time, so it kind of sucks to get rid of it because it's kind of got some sentimental value, considering it was my first car. And I've kept this car through all the other vehicles I've bought. I've kind of parked it during the winter and always bought some sort of winter beater at a Subaru Forester for the winter, and that thing was pretty fun too to putt around in, and great in the snow. But yeah, I've always just kept this one. It's just such a nice car. And right now I'll quickly insert some photos of what the car looked like when I got it and then what it looked like once I was done with it. I'll now go over probably one of my favorite points about this car, which was the exhaust setup, and I want to get some sound clips for you guys so you guys can hear that. But I'll have to move locations because I don't know if two-step in my car in the middle of town will be a great idea, considering the police around town aren't very happy with me most of the time driving this thing. I've had a lot of problems there with them, and well, I haven't got a ticket in a little bit, so knock on wood, because let's not do that. Like, the handling in this car is just incredible. It's just insane. It's so tight. The steering is just fantastic. If you're asking me, I don't think you can go wrong with getting Ford Focus, just because they're an all-around driver's car. I mean, they're a 2-liter turbo, 4-cylinder. So you got the turbo. It's a 6-speed manual transmission, and they're just awesome. Like, for a 4-cylinder engine, they're just insane. Like, they just sound so good. They feel great, and they're pretty fast. Yeah, this car is it's gonna be tough getting rid of this car for sure, but the new car I'm also insanely excited about. Is a massive purchase. You guys will be seeing that in like a week. I gotta pick it up in about like a week or two. There's a couple things I want them to do before I can go pick it up from the dealership. So yeah, it's a 2022, so it's pretty new, and that's all you guys get. Alright, here's a video inside the cab here. Alright, we'll change the RPM limit and we'll do some two-stepping. Go at 4,000 RPMs. Go back to our gauges. Now we'll get some two-step videos. Get some videos inside the cab of the two-step. And you guys heard how it sounds there now. Kinda hard to hear over the phone. You know, it's not gonna be the best quality, so like in person it's obviously just that much louder. That I've built over the last 4 years, I learned how to do everything that I know how to do with this car right here. It kind of all started with this one. This is like the perfect car. Like Ford did such a good job on the Focus ST and the RS. Okay, so yeah, that wraps up today's video on the Ford Focus, as it's coming to an end and I got to get rid of it. But overall, I gotta say it's a fantastic car, super sporty, and it's fairly reliable. I haven't had any other problems other than kind of a user error blowing up the motor, two-stepping it, but yeah, well, it's whatever. It's built now. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which should be the new car.